Is the reigning two-time champion of the All-Star Weekend player talent show.
You are talented. I give you a little credit on that. A lot of credit. You're very talented. I mean, you're not a karaoke guy like me, but you can ask. You know they call me old brown eyes, right?
As a matter of fact, you both have experience singing New York, New York. His was at the Slam Dunk Contest. Yours was in Vegas.
Yes.
We had the show out there. Here's just a little sampling.
See, I love to do karaoke. That's good, isn't it?
You see those two mics back there?
You made up your own words.
You see those?
Wait, that was the words.
Hey,
in old New York?
Yeah.
The long-awaited duet. Victor Oladipo, Charles Barkley. New York, New York.
Hey, yo, let me lead, bro. Let me lead.
I got you.
To use their technological control to control all. Along with their secret societies, they get others to do the bidding of them as they hide behind the scenes in the darkness. That's why they use the owl that can see in the dark. But as you can see throughout history, they've all been a part of these secret societies and secret clubs that are now using touchless torture, mind control techniques on everyone. Look at this. George Washington, first thing it says on his tombstone, he was a Freemason. Admiral Byrd, who allegedly discovered South Pole, it was in the pocket of Rockefeller. And look at Bush with all his Freemason buddies all around. They do not get into power unless they are owned and controlled sock puppets. And here is a list I made up, which I'll put in the show notes as well, showing all the secret society memberships from Jimmy Carter to George Bush to Bill Clinton to Winston Churchill to all of these, Nelson Mandela. They're all part of secret societies. The general rule is if they're a celebrity, if you see them in power, if you see them being the CEO of a corporation like USA, the guy's name is Trump, they are owned. They're sock puppets. They're actors. The Reagan was an actor. They're just doing the bidding of the people behind the scenes, and it's not the Jews. The Jews are the ones that get to keep all the money. They're called the Korthoff Judens. That's why the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers get to keep all the money. But it's the men in black behind them, the Jesuits, the Knights of Malta, the ones that run all the secret societies, the 13 satanic bloodlines from Italy, the Breckspears, and the rest of those that are running the show and have been running it for over 500 years, if not 5,000 years. But we're breaking away now. We're waking up.
Most Western cultures see the butterfly as elegant, graceful, and full of beauty. It's a symbol usually attributed to life, hope, or remembrance of a loved one. So why is it that the Illuminati frequently use this symbol to mark their subjects of mind control, otherwise known as monarch programming, MKUltra, MK Naomi, or Manchurian candidates? Make no mistake, mind control is a real thing. The CIA programs MKUltra and MK Naomi are declassified programs which ran from 1953 to 1973 and engaged in illegal activities of subjecting unwilling participants to drug use, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, verbal and sexual abuse, and other forms of psychological torture to control their minds. And you thought it was only the Nazis. There's a ton of information out there on MKUltra, and there's a wealth of information on the internet about its history. However, we're going to look at the mechanisms of mind control developed by the CIA as still being used in the entertainment industry and how it applies to the symbol of the butterfly. Hey everybody, this is Mike with On Point Preparedness. The elite, the Illuminati, controllers, handlers, whatever you want to call them, they always leave symbols in plain sight to mark their work. As you can see from these series of pictures, several celebrities are frequently seen with the monarch butterfly. It is especially occult when you see them place the butterfly over one eye or over the mouth. There are so many instances of this very odd placement of a butterfly that one has to question exactly what meaning they are trying to convey. If you do some searching around the internet, you'll find a very common explanation. Just as the monarch butterfly goes through metamorphosis, these controllers or handlers of these celebrities are using mind control techniques to morph the minds of their subjects. Probably one of the most blatant examples of this is with the celebrity Amanda Bynes. You can see her here in this milk commercial with the butterfly on her nose and the word metamorphosis below. Supposedly, they are saying the milk is the cause of the metamorphosis. However, just with any other MKUltra subject, their mind breaks down from repeated insults. Here you see Amanda, who was a perfectly normal, talented, and strong actor/singer, completely lose her mind, shave half of her head, and post a series of very strange Twitter videos such as this one where she is twitching and jerking her facial expressions as she poses for a selfie. However, there is a much deeper meaning to the butterfly symbol, and I really don't believe you've seen this anywhere else. At least I haven't. The following quote is attributed to the Dalai Lama. As opposed to the picturesque view of a butterfly that Westerners have, the Dalai Lama says the butterfly is actually a very cold symbol. He says, quote, "The butterfly never meets its mother. It must survive independently and remains a stranger to affection. An animal nurtured by mother's milk, however, is dependent on another for its basic survival. A child who grows up in a cold and detached home environment is similar to the butterfly, in that kindness is sparing. Once an adult, it'll be very difficult for that person to show compassion." The key to what the Dalai Lama said in that quote is that the butterfly is detached from its mother or family. And that's exactly what celebrity handlers try to do: distance the family as far as possible from their target. Here's a story of Billy Ray Cyrus talking about how his family is under attack by Satan, and how Miley's handlers were the main catalyst. He says, over time, something bad would happen in her career, and her handlers would try to get her dad in the picture so they could blame him for his parenting. It happened so much that Billy Ray had enough of it and decided to keep his distance. At this point, her handlers went wild and took total control of Miley. In this news clip, her handlers were, quote, concerned about a missing phone with incriminating pictures of Miley. Billy Ray asked her handlers what was going on, and they said, quote, "It was none of his business." He says, "I'm dealing with somebody that had only known my daughter for possibly 4 years, and I'm her daddy, and they're telling me it's none of my business?" From that point on, things just went downhill. He goes on later to say that his and Miley's faith was greatly shaken, and that this was definitely an attack by Satan. Indeed, it definitely is. So not only do we see metamorphosis of a butterfly symbolize MK Ultra modification, or how splitting a subject from their family is much like the independent life of a butterfly, there's also one more symbol. The butterfly on the exterior is very beautiful. However, it's very fragile as well. And this is exactly what these celebrities are. Behind all the professional photos that look like they have it together and are beautiful, their controllers and their handlers, the drug use, or whatever exposures they are going through, easily rip them apart like a frail butterfly's wings. You can see so many celebrities go through complete mental breakdowns after this programming starts to become too much. Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Miley Cyrus, Amanda Bynes, and the list continues on and on and on. And there's not much else to say except the world is super evil, my friends, but we all know that there is one hope. As much as we hate to see these celebrities promote the Antichrist spirit, we must continually pray for them that they turn back to Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and the Father. Very much like we hope Kanye West is turning back to Yeshua based on all his very peculiar behaviors as of lately.
Where he talks about his dedication to the Brotherhood.
What is going on there?
That's a ring of my profession. You don't know nothing about that.
Okay, can we get a close-up on that area?
What? You don't know nothing about
What
it.
is the profession?
Yeah, which profession are we talking about?
Just look at it.
Is it a legal profession?
Of course it's legal. It's a ring of my profession.
I'm trying to read it. Okay.
There's too many diamonds. Ah!
That's too bright. That's too bright.
Go ahead anyway.
Oh, Mason, are you a Mason?
Of course I am.
Okay.
You have a secret ceremony?
Well, you might as well put your pinky out when you drink
Of
the drink.
course I am.
Put your pinky out.
Are you involved in the secret ceremonies?
Stop it.
Candles and the
Everyone wears.
Anyway, the Clippers. The Clippers.
Ring, but that is impressive, Mr. O'Neal.
I don't have a championship.
Anyway, so the Clippers.
Oh, yeah, I have four.
Those he doesn't wear. Those he doesn't wear. The Clippers. Yeah. As I was blinded by success.
Yeah, this guy is blinded by his success. Well, this is what success looks like when you're in the satanic Masonic Brotherhood. You're on live TV glitching out, having no idea who or what you are. Okay, so that's success to these people, I guess. And I know there's going to be people out there who say, oh, he's just joking around, he's a prankster, he was just playing a joke. I don't know what to tell you if you can honestly convince yourself of that. I mean, this guy has shown who he works for and what he's a part of, so it's no surprise that he's glitching out on live TV like this. But it shouldn't be any surprise that Shaquille O'Neal has shown his allegiance to the Masons, because you simply do not get into these type of positions without taking the oaths, without going through the initiation process, and without making sacrifices.